Jujutsu Kaisen 0 comes out on Christmas Eve in Japan, and while we won't be able to watch it in the United States for a while, if you've read the Jujutsu Kaisen 0 chapters, you'll understand the gist of what the movie will be about. Anyway, since we'll be seeing the origins of Rika, a relatively new and incredibly powerful cursed spirit in the movie, I thought it'd be interesting to rank the top 10 most powerful cursed spirits in the series. In the Jujutsu Kaisen world, there are over 16 different special grade cursed spirits, and while we don't have an exact number as to how many there are total, we can safely assume that there are at least 20 due to the 4 unregistered special grade cursed spirits that we've already seen: Mahito, Hanami, Jogo, and Dagon. Anyways, at number 10, the weakest special grade cursed spirit is Kuchisake-Onna. We only saw her once in the manga, and that was when Toji Fushiguro fought against Suguru Geto. Kuchisake-Onna put Toji inside her innate domain, but Toji was easily able to exorcise her and defeat Geto at the same time. However, seeing as it was Toji who defeated her, I can't really replace her with anyone else who may be stronger, as he's just an overpowered character. Defeating both a special grade sorcerer and cursed spirit simultaneously while having 0 cursed energy doesn't really help either character's standings. At number 9, I would put Choso. The reason being that Choso has had a lot of time to grow and become stronger since he was first introduced. Most recently, he was able to fight against and defeat Naoya Zenin, who's a special grade 1 sorcerer, the same level as Naobito Zenin, who is said to be on a similar level to Jogo. Naobito is also the fastest sorcerer behind Satoru Gojo, and Naoya is the 3rd fastest. Choso also did this after first having a quick scuffle with Geto. Number 8 is Tamamo-no-Mae. Tamamo-no-Mae was one of the 4,461 curses Geto combined to create the first maximum uzumaki curse he used against Yuta. However, because he only used the curse to recycle the lower grade curses in his possession, it failed to defeat Yuta. An important thing to mention though is that one of the curses Geto used was Tamamo-no-Mae, so it didn't completely consist of low grade curses. It was more than 4,000 curses plus at least 1 special grade. Unfortunately though, other than this one feat, we never saw anything else from Tamamo-no-Mae, so the reason it's an 8 is because it went up against Yuta and Rika. In number 7 is Hanami. While Hanami may look like one of the weaker cursed spirits, it's actually surprisingly strong. Not only was it able to survive 4 consecutive black flashes from Yuji, but it held its own against Yuji and Todo for a while before getting hit by Gojo's hollow technique purple and surviving. Later in chapter 85, Hanami and Jogo fight Satoru Gojo together, but Hanami is easily taken out by Gojo, first getting its horn eyes ripped out, then getting completely disintegrated. It's also been noted by Gege Akutami, the creator of JJK, that while Jogo possesses more cursed energy and has an elemental advantage over Hanami, he would not have survived Yuji's Black Flash Assault, followed by a blow from Playful Cloud wielded by Todo like Hanami was able to. And this just goes to show that while Hanami wasn't incredibly powerful physically, he definitely was a tank, surviving 4 Black Flashes, Playful Cloud, and Hollow Purple, and was only defeated so easily because he pissed off Gojo. At number 6, I'm putting Mahito. As strong as Mahito was, and as much of a nuisance as he's been throughout the series, killing Nobara and Nanami, Mahito's domain expansion was either interrupted or beaten every single time he used it. Mahito struggled against Yuji and Nanami, and then in a 1v1 against Nanami, he would have lost. But because Nanami hated overtime, he left instead of finishing off Mahito, which ended up being his downfall. Then after transforming into Instant Spirit Body of Destroyed Killing and being at his most powerful, he was still overpowered by Yuji and an injured Todo, before being absorbed by Geto. So unfortunately, while Mahito is definitely powerful, due to the fact that he's almost always shown to lose, I can't in good conscience put him any higher. Number 5 is Dagon. I believe that Dagon displayed more powerful feats and a much stronger domain than Mahito, which was able to cut off Naobito's arm and heavily injure Nanami. Something that's interesting as well is that as a cursed womb, Dagon was already an unregistered special grade cursed spirit like Mahito, but it wasn't actually that strong until it developed into a full-on cursed spirit. Then shortly after its development, it was able to take on Naobito, Hanami, Maki, and Fushiguro simultaneously and use its domain to a level rarely seen in the series up to that point. Had Fushiguro not opened a domain allowing Toji to enter the fight, I think it's safe to say that all 4 sorcerers there would have died. Number 4, Jogo. Jogo is easily one of the most powerful characters in Jujutsu Kaisen, although when he was introduced, I definitely didn't think he was, since Gojo used him as a lesson for Yuji and absolutely destroyed him. However, like Mahito and Choso, as the story progresses, Jogo got much stronger as well. Jogo was also incredibly durable, taking beatings from Gojo and living to tell the tale. Gojo first fought Jogo as a lesson for Yuji, he then fought him again in Shibuya with Hanami, and after narrowly escaping thanks to Gojo getting sealed, he finally died in a battle against 15 Finger Sukuna. Plus, if he ever got to use his domain against an opponent other than Gojo, I bet it'd be pretty strong. And number 3 is one that may be a bit controversial, but I'll explain why. While I believe that Rika could definitely defeat the number 2 on this list, The reason she's in 3rd place is because I don't think she could do it solo. From what we've seen, Rika was more of a mindless brute who only cared about protecting Yuta, and didn't actually bring out her full potential unless Yuta was controlling her power. Number 2 is 8-handled Sword Divergent Sila Divine General Maharaga. Sukuna didn't exactly struggle against Maharaga, but had he not exorcised a spirit in one shot, it would have continued to adapt to and perfectly counter his attacks. This is the reason why I don't think Rika would win solo. She would just continue to attack the spirit with powerful hits, but after a short time, Maharaga would have completely adapted to all of Rika's attacks. Maharaga was also a last resort used by Fushiguro and is so powerful that it's never been tamed by any of the 10 Shadows technique users. And finally, the strongest cursed spirit is obviously the king of curses, Sukuna. The only time we've seen Sukuna fight Gojo was after Yuji ate the first finger, so that doesn't really count. But throughout the story, Sukuna's fought and easily beaten finger bearers, Mahito, doesn't even get touched by Jogo, and Maharaga. Also, these feats took place with varying fingers, but the most recent ones like defeating Jogo and Maharaga were only with 15 fingers, meaning he'll get even stronger once he has all 20. Anyways, this is my list for the strongest cursed spirits in Jujutsu Kaisen so far. Let me know if you'd switch any around, or if you would replace some, and with who. Thanks for watching, Merry Christmas, and see you soon.